This is day 1699 of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. Today we're doing Choshen Mishpat, Simon Rei Samech Siv Gimel to Rei Samech Zayin Siv Daled. Kimel Yeshivash and Kabal Bato, which we explained yesterday that you're allowed to take for play the case of Shabbos Aveda. Perusha, that means the Pami Sham Lacha Be'ir Moetes. Sometimes not much work in the city. Poli Batalim, the workers are unemployed. But also, at that point, they're willing to hire themselves out for cheap. A lot of times, sometimes there's a lot of work on Malacha B'yoker, and it's hard to find workers. Wages are high. If the person gives back the lost object when wages are high, and he spends time giving it back in order that he couldn't make sales during that time. You don't pay him based on the wages at peak demand time. And in case is given based on wages based on low demand time. So Rashman was showing him. The reasons that the Torah made him give it back. The shouldn't lose on from his own. Said everyone we dash from Paskin Dvarim, that there should not be any poor people among you. Like he wrote this previously, since he followed. Anyway, I don't know he wrote this previously. It says here, see followed, but of what? Was it previous Simon? Yes. See if Simon raised some of that. We came to the Yishwagam, and he told me Kishar since this person sometimes has to himself out according to the cheap labor rates, and it's kind of mikrazet, so it fulfills this puzzle. Therefore, they're back in Simrei Saldal, where the donkey when the owner's not there, the note about Chamoro he takes for his donkey, which he's going to lose his own donkey. But kind of not the record about it takes like unemployed worker. Because there we're not going to find anybody who's going to be willing to deliberately lose their own donkey, save somebody else's donkey. Low. In this kind of so Mikozel, Kshnetel about Chamor B'Shem, so the Pascha, Efes Koyel, B'Choevion, Shtamini, impoverished people among you is only going to fulfill when he gets a complete payment for his donkey. Avo B'Poel, but a worker came to Darkel for mainly told him so sometimes he hires for cheap mail. That's so it's kind of Krog, Gamrai Gavin, the Pascha is fulfilled also in this manner. He says in brackets, Kenyan Chot Perushim Duk, this seems to be the true according to all interpretations. We can't compel him. The finder. I can say, I want to work and make more. When she's born, therefore he wants, he doesn't have to involve himself in the Aveda, as we shall see. But if he did get involved with it, the Aveda not pay more for the reason that we wrote. The owner is there. He's the pair, she's stipulated, and he's stipulated in front of him. She told him he's going to take whatever he loses. For Yeshua by him, the owner allows him to authorize that. She they show he stipulates for 3 people. It's a note if he takes according to a stipulation. Which will happen to Sham. So raise some without Sipgimel. In this scenario, he has to give back the object. Because they're willing to pay his loss. Therefore, he has to give it back. Little diamond the shom. It's not like there. We can say, I simply want my donkey. The owner must give him whatever they stipulated. If it's more than is appropriate. Somebody else would go through the effort. Because he has such a damage. And plus, but if you stipulate more than whatever damage is going to suffer, they don't have to give the extra. Even an optional scenario where you stipulate to give somebody something above and beyond its actual value, and so you tell him don't give it to him, as he saw in Meis Hamadal Sif Tazayin, because it's very true about Mr. Shabbos Aveda. There's no owner there, nor 3 people. His own pursuit comes first. He doesn't want to lose from his own work. But Avalim Yashib, Dim Yashib, he gives it back because if he gives back, it's going to only get according like an unemployed worker. It's not like a donkey. It's we can't compel him in this to feel a brayro beyond the therefore he has a choice. Not to get involved at all in returning the object. Race Samachvav, Dina Vedas over Avera, the lost object of a sinner. The lost object of a non-Jewish permitted. The lost object, brother, must get back. If you get back to him, you are supporting sinners. But you get back in order to sanctify the name of heaven. That people should praise the Jews that they are possessed emunah. Raise them shubach. It's praise the kiddush Hashem and it's a kiddush Hashem. Therefore, in the place where it's going to be chilul Hashem, he doesn't give it back. Is required by law, so to speak, to give it back. Everywhere you see an object of a non-Jew in a dangerous place where it could be easily stolen, you must put it in a secure place because of Darkei Shalom, just like you do for a Jew. You have to get back the lost object of a Jew, even if the person who lost the object was a wicked person who eats treif to satisfy his appetites. Somebody eats treif in order to anger God. Is that because such a person is not because from the Jews, but because of the apikoristim of the and idolaters, and the Jews in public. Also, not allowed to give them back lost objects. These people were rebelling against the God of heaven and the King of the earth. Like it says, be fearing of God, and then you'll be a king. No, that's not what it means. Fear God and king. Somebody who fears God fears the king. And so to the opposite. So they rebel against more than okay. I'm not sure whether that's relevant here, but anyway, as we're saying, somebody who was barred from receiving benefit from his friend because he took a neder. Either the recipient took a neder not to receive benefit from his friend, or the friend took a neder not to provide benefit for the recipient. As it says here, where the property of the person returning the object is forbidden on to provide benefit to the person who lost the object. Or the property of the person who lost the object is forbidden in benefit to the person giving it back. Even if both their properties are forbidden on each other, but you're there, and nevertheless you have to give it back. It's a mitzvah, so you have to do the mitzvah regardless. A place where people get paid for giving back an abeda. The reward, the compensation goes to hekdesh, so that there's no hanoah being given. A bad cat or a bad dog which damages young children. There's no requirement to give it back. Anybody finds it, so it's to kill him. And he acquires actually the hide, the hefker because they're considered hefker. The owners who actually raise these animals, over there they are sinning. Hey, Amarle Avi, his father said, don't give back lost object, Lishma, you can't listen to him. To violate a prohibition, I feel the Rabbanan, even it's a big prohibition, there's no respect for father and mother. The father is also required to fulfill the mitzvah of Hashem. Chazal expound, father and mother you should fear, but you have to keep my Shabbos. I'm God. We're all required to honor Hashem. His father told him Chal Shabbos, desecrate the Sabbath, or Shar Aver, or any other Aver. Also, Shmuel, now let's listen. Lo not that. Don't give back the Aveda, then there's a loophole. You'll be involved in minies. So say you can keep it up, which is the primary fulfilling keep it up. Nevertheless, Giving back lost objects precedence. They should keep it of Imuas say, keep it of who I say. The honoring the fathers insta say, Vashavas Abeda say, Velosa say, Shabeda. There's also Losa say, Khali Salem. If you're in fact already involved in honoring your father, below Veda, then you a lost object comes before you. Then you talk about them, then you Shavasa, then you have to get back. At that point, Oskim is a Potem mitzvah. The involved one mitzvah, you're exempt from the other mitzvah. That is the Taz. Reish Samech Zayin. Ketzei Yashava V'Achroz Avatibo Ba'ora Boda Biyado. How is the return? How is the announcement? How do you deal with it when it's still in your hands? How Ketzei Mitzvah Shavas Aveda? How is the Mitzvah Shavas Aveda work? Imu Makir Esa Ba'al Aveda. If you know the person lost the object on the top of ball, you take care of the lost object until you can deliver it to his hands. If he didn't literally give it to his hands, it was like he put it back in his garden or his ruin. As long as it's safeguarded, from thieves, it's not going to escape from there. You fulfill the obligation to give back lost object, even though the owner does not know that he restored it. But it's not true by other types of shmirah. By a regular shomer, or a thief or a bandit, they have to still give it to the hands of the owner, which is by Chosem, as we'll see in their halachas. Nevertheless, by Veda, by a lost object, the Torah gave you many alternatives of restoration. Restore, you shall restore them. Even if restored without the knowledge of the owner. If it's placed safeguarded, it works. Pack a place that's not safeguarded, gongina, such as a garden, rechorva, ruin, which is not safeguarded. If it's lost in there, I mean, it could be lost in there. Then you are liable for responsibility. If that's lost, you're responsible for it. If you put it back to a place where it's not safeguarded, but the owners frequently enter and leave that area, you don't have to deal with it anymore. Because you don't see it. It's still a time when the owner normally goes out to that place and sees what's going on, like in the morning. It's the afternoon. Not everybody goes out to see what's going on. People are distracted by their work. Even in the morning, it's only about lost object, which is not an animal. It's animal, you have to still deal with it. Put it back into an area which belongs to the owner, which is safeguarded. We don't need the owner's awareness. A place where it's not safeguarded, even though the owner normally goes out there, it's not yet considered restored. That shades of to this animal. Until the owner goes out, it's likely to run away. Because this animal already has found its way out, and that's how it got lost. He came back and ran away. Feel mad upon me 100 times. You have to get back again. Restore, you should restore them. To restore is not an act. That's how that we should derive that you do the act and that suffices. It's the source. To get back is even 100 times. Because the Ram Shulchan said, if you saw a man which fled from its pen, but you still couldn't put it back to its place, mitzvah, you fulfill the mitzvah, you don't need to have the knowledge of the owner. Even though by now we have to put it in place for safeguard, like we said. That didn't flee from the pen. Fled from the pen. There's no logic. The Torah requires you to bring it to his house. Though it's accustomed to flee. It's enough for him to put it back in the pen, which is the place, which is the set place for the animals. If you put game back and fled again, you have to get back again. The bracket says, and it seems from this this can be inferred from the fact that if you had put it back to the place where it's truly mishtamer, it would not have fled again. So therefore, for the fact that you can't put it back in the pen, is not a complete chazor unless the owner happens to get it as a result. He finds those objects, does not know the owner. He announces it in shuls and in Botei Medrash. So In a time where there are people who say that any lost object which is found belongs to the king, which we don't want to happen. But there's shchevi, let your neighbors know, your dog, and your acquaintances without that suffices. Any all these types of announcements, knocking lachliza beis chesed beis hamedrash achar tefillah. The custom is to announce it after davening or ben mincha l'marav. For lo ben asher b'oletzion. Interesting. It says not between Ashrei and Bolitzyon. But Ashrei lachliza kodem Ashrei, you can announce it before Ashrei, especially people leave early. So smart. They announced something, and people come and they say they know about this matter, but they can't say it. They should buy the Muslim Adover because the owners told them this and they can't reveal it. It was in secret, they can't reveal it. No. They have to say. We don't give it to them and trust them. Natural just people say we know and we can give it back, we just can't tell you. Well, how do you announce? You shouldn't announce just generically, I found a lost object. The owner of the lost object will know what to check for if he lost it. You should announce the type of lost object. Most that you found money, and man you're required to announce. You should announce I found coins. So if you found clothing or an animal or documents, he announced that I found clothing or the animals or documents. And the owner of the will come, and he'll give a sign in its body, or in its place, or its count, or its weight, or its volume. And each object according to what it is. I'm not concerned. That since he notified what the lost object was, what type of object was, you always have some charlatan will come and take it. Because don't give back until proper signs are given. If we're concerned, maybe this guy knows the simonim, and there's no end to suspicion. Because then even if he announces I found a generic lost object, maybe the charlatan will think, okay, I heard that so-and-so lost this object. I'm going to fake it. No, once you see one, I'm not concerned anymore. We're not concerned also that he stole it to somebody else. But if you know somebody is indeed known to be a charlatan, and we're machmir him as we shall see, but not now.